Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received, and the translation of that message, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nanshi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I want to confess to you that I have the marine spirits and I also work as a slay queen. So these marine spirits, I do worship them, and I worship a snake. The snake was given to me by my grandmother when she passed away as her inheritance that she left for me. My grandmother got so sick when I was in South Africa and told me that I was supposed to quickly return back home. At that time, I was already involved in some occultic practices. Even though I used to go to a Pentecostal church, I started going to the White Garment Church. I was in love with a guy from the White Garment Church, and he told me that he wanted to make quick money, and this is how he was like planning to make quick money, to stop going to the White Garment and then going to this other church, a Red Garment Church. There he met another bishop who took him to Mozambique, and he was given a walking staff like those ones that they use in the White Garment or Red Garment Church whenever they are prophesying. So that snake, it changes into a snake. They call it the Moses snake, just like Moses changed his walking stick into a snake. So he also does the same, but people won't see that he would be holding a python in which he uses to prophesy. When you are kneeling in front of him, that walking stick that you will be holding will be the one that will be telling him everything that he wants to know about your personal life, even though he won't give you solutions. It is all about telling you that this sickness that you have, it is because of your auntie or maybe your mother-in-law or your husband or something else, but he won't be able to give you a solution. That is how he was making money. He got me involved into the marine kingdom, and then I met another guy. Because of the marine spirits, they will attract men that have money to you. So a guy who is a South African, and the auntie was also staying close to the place where we were renting. So he would come in to the location, and with the way that he had money, I never thought that he would end up falling for a Zimbabwean woman like me, yet he ended up being attracted to me because of the marine spirits. So I started dating the guy who is a tenderpreneur. So I am hurt knowing that now I love him and I would have to kill the wife and the kids for us to get married. What I just want from him, it is a South African ID. As long as I get married to him, we will stay together, and then he has to die. I will leave his soul into the hands of the marine spirits. They will deal with him, and from there on, that is when I'll be able to remarry the love of my life, my boyfriend, whom I consider to be my husband. He is my future husband, not this idiot that I am dating. All that I want is the South African ID from him. So I always knew that I was different. From the time that I was a little girl, whenever I would visit my grandmother, who is my mom's mother, she told me that I was special, I was a chosen child, and she will say that the water spirits, they will always walk with you. At first I did not understand, but as I grew older, I began to see the signs, the dreams. Always I used to hear men that were drawn to me saying that it's like I have the marine spirits. By the time that I turned 20, I really knew that there was something that was wrong with me. So I thought, until I came to South Africa, and I was always struggling. I was being tormented by the marine spirits in my dreams. They never gave me any peace until I met the guy who then told me that the only way to cure the marine spirits is if you can go to a White Garment or a Red Garment church. That is the only way, so that you can also become a prophet. So after that, that was when we started going to the White Garment Prophet Church, and he also wanted to make money because he was seeing what other prophets were doing in other locations, making sure that they make as much money as they could. And that was when I also encouraged him to do the same, and he went and he was given that stick by the bishop, where he started using that stick, the snake, to make money, until I also became a marine spirit girl. He encouraged me to join as many groups as I could of those that are women who have the marine spirits. So after that, that was when I started going to different dinners back home in Zim, where I was always told that being a marine spirit girl, it is always a key to wealth. Any man can love you, and any man that you want will be yours. And as for the snake, when my grandmother was about to pass away, that was when she called me back home. I did not want to go there, but the elderly people in our family, they said that if you see an elderly woman like your grandmother saying that they want to see you, then you need to respect her wishes and go and be with her so that she can tell you what is going on. They thought that maybe there was a secret in the family that she wanted to share with me. So I returned back home with nothing, went to my grandmother's homestead in the village, and she told me that since I had the power of the marine spirits, she wanted to further strengthen me and give me a snake in which I would have to worship that snake with all of my heart. So this is how the snake entered into my life. She took me to a cave and she told me that in that cave there is an old king and an old queen who used to rule in our area and the villages nearby. And those were the people that were regarded to be the priest and the high priestess of the land. So she wanted the spirit of that woman to come and to possess me. And indeed, that was what happened at that time. When we were inside that cave, I saw something that was bright as the sun in the corner of the cave. Then everything went blank, and after that, that was when she woke me up and she told me that the spirit of the ancestor that had been possessing me, it had left my body. So when you want to see if someone is being possessed, that person is not supposed to remember what they would have said and what would have happened. If anyone can remember what would have happened during the possession, it means that those are not real ancestors. There is no spiritual possession that will be taking place. I have no idea as to what happened after I had seen the sun that was so bright inside that cave and I fell to the ground. I felt no pain because she said that when I fell to the ground, I hit my head hard against a rock, but there was no blood, nothing. The spirit of the ancestor that had possessed me, it was the one that was protecting me. That is a true possession that happened. So that woman, the old queen, she is more like a snake. She is a serpent. Most of the ancestors that were powerful, they come back as serpents, usually a python. So I do worship this snake. Even in the location where I was staying, that snake would come and some people would see the python. They will say that we saw a python that was entering into that yard, but where it has gone to, we can't find it. They could not see it, for it was the spirit of that woman that I worship. Even right now, I let it live at my boyfriend's home, even though he's staying with his wife and the kids. They don't even know that they have the spirit of that ancestor in their ceiling. It is a snake. They don't see it. When there is nobody at home, that is when that snake, it comes out of the ceiling and then it usually eats the eggs. And when they see the eggs, they think that they are still there, but they don't know that it will be something that will be spiritual that would have happened. So that is how I have been living here in South Africa. The guy, I call him Sia, he is the one that I want. He is a rich man who gets government contracts. He loves his beautiful cars and he gives me money. He throws money at me as if money means nothing for him, and I want to be his wife. Like I told you, that the end game for me, I also want to become a South African, and then after you would have died and when we would have gotten married, I would want to eliminate him. I will leave that work to the marine spirits. The marine spirits, they have since told me that I have to find a body of water. I have to find a body of water that is considered to be a place of ancestors, and I last told him that we have to go to his village there in KZN, for he knows the village and the places where holy water can be found, a place of ancestors where you can do a cleansing ceremony. There I want to go with him. He does not know that if we succeed in that cleansing ceremony, it will be him sacrificing the spirit of his wife and the kids. So as I will be standing in the water, I will have to slaughter a chicken for the wife's spirit, a chicken for the daughter, for the son, and the other one. So as the blood would be taken away, flowing with the river, it means that their lives will be taken away to die and to never return back to the land of the living. But he has to participate in that ritual without him knowing that he is participating. And I cannot refuse, for the python, it is coming back to me and it is telling me that it is being sent by the marine spirit girls, that I have to do this in order for me to continue with my work, and then I get married again to my boyfriend, since I'll be a full citizen legally without any bribe or anything, for it is allowed by the law to marry a South African and to be a South African yourself. I promise that I am not going to disappoint him. I will give him a son, as the marine spirits have told me that we will give you a son. We will open up your womb when the time is right, for he is a businessman. There is someone that has to possess and inherit the businesses that he had, which my boyfriend has told me that you would want to be part of that company in the next coming months. I've been thinking about it, on how to add him as a director to the company, and the marine spirits will give me the power to sit down with my boyfriend so that he can agree on making sure that my other boyfriend can also become a director, even though he would be contributing nothing. He just said so that at least I can earn a passive income and learn about the company, since I will be the one that will be managing this business until your son that you're going to have with him is maybe around about 18 to 19, and I will hand over the assets to him. That is our game plan. That is our game plan. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our sister. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Oh, Sia, if only you knew you could stick by your wife and make sure that you do not have a girlfriend, because this woman, she is planning your downfall. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world.